You've got this Goliath, Google, holding on to the traffic, still towering over the digital landscape, still ranking in billions of searches every single day, still the heavyweight champion of visibility. But the way people actually search online, that's shifting. It's fragmenting, not slowly, but rapidly. Search isn't a single highway anymore. It's really a maze. It's even a multi-lane system with different rules, different formats, different expectations. And that's why you're here. You noticed it. You felt it. You flagged this as something key you needed to know about. Something shifted in how people find things. And if you're not adapting, you're going to get buried. So today we're going to cut through the noise. We're going to forget all the myths. We're going to forget about the jargon, forget about the idea that SEO is just a Google thing. My mission today is to give you a clear and a very practical understanding of how to get found online today, across platforms, across moments of intent, and maybe expect a few surprises along the way. Let's get started. The old playbook is dead, but the need for search isn't. It might be gathering dust, stuffed with keyword lists and obsessed with metadata hacks, clinging to ranking formulas that, stopped working 3 or 4 algorithm updates ago. But the need to connect with people who are actively looking for what you offer, that has not changed. Nope, not one bit. In fact, it is more important now than ever before. Showing up at the exact moment someone needs what you do, that's still the game changer in business. So let's jump right in. SEO still works, and it works big time. It's easy to get distracted by the next shiny platform, but the data is very clear. SEO still drives more than half of all of the website traffic. Half. That's not a trend, that's an infrastructure. Because when people are actually looking for something, they still turn to search. That core idea being visible when someone's actively searching, that's still one of the most powerful leverage points in digital strategy. But here's where the pivot is. How Google decides who gets seen, that's what's changed. Google acts like a user now. It's not about stuffing keywords anymore. That era is over. Because Google's acting more and more like a user now, a very demanding one at that. It wants answers, and it wants answers fast. It wants clean and easy to navigate websites. It wants value delivered instantly. Google is prioritizing websites that deliver a great experience, fast load times, perfect mobile performance, easy navigation. These aren't just optional things anymore. They're built right into the ranking algorithm. If your site is slow or clunky, you drop. Simple as that. Fix it or risk becoming invisible. Google wants to satisfy its users, and if your site frustrates them, even if the content matches the keywords 100%, Google is less likely to send people your way. It's the whole journey from search to site interaction. People search everywhere now. And it's not just about Google anymore. People are searching everywhere. On TikTok for visual tutorials, on Amazon for product research, inside ChatGPT and Claude for instant answers, across Reddit communities so they can find more information from what other people have experienced, how-to guides on YouTube. Search has become a behavior, not a platform. This idea of search everywhere optimization might sound like a buzzword, but it's absolutely real. Search is no longer one destination. People look for different things in different places. They go to TikTok, for instance, for visuals. They go to Amazon for product decisions. They go to AI for complex questions. Your strategy needs to reflect that. You have to show up where your audience is looking with content that is tailored for that platform. That is what search everywhere optimization is, and it's just not optional anymore. With all this change, what still works? The bedrock is still this. You need to create genuinely valuable content. No filler, no fluff, just content that solves a real problem. Content that's really worth sharing. Content that people actually want. It's always coming back to this. It always comes back to the quality of content. If it's not helpful, if it's not insightful, it just won't work. Not with users and not with search engines. So yes, keyword research still matters, but it's evolved and it's not just about the exact words anymore. You have to think about the voice, the content, how people ask questions, how they are conversational about it. You have to consider their intent. What are they really looking for? Search results are more personalized now. What I see might be different than what you see in a search result. And that demands some deeper understanding of our market. It's way beyond matching keywords. It's about relevance, clarity, usefulness. Are you actually helping someone or helping another person with their search result? That's the real question. If you can deliver on that consistently, then you're still playing the search game. The scale of Google is mind-blowing. Let's zoom out for just a second and look at Google. Google handles over 22 billion searches per day. And the index of Google is over 80 billion websites. That's something equivalent more than 400 billion documents, and it's counting. That was in January. It's a living, breathing ecosystem. How they do that can feel like a black box, but we did get a little peek behind the curtain in 2024. There was a leak about some of the ranking factors, and if you remember what stood out, some of the classics that we always hold to as marketers and as SEO professionals are still crucial. Things like link quality, link diversity, freshness of links. But the leak also confirms something really, really big. User behavior matters. How people interact with your website after clicking. Do they scroll? Do they stay? Do they click around? Do they bounce? And the click-through rate from search results, that still matters too. Even perceived author authority is really factored in still. Google is watching how real people react to your content, which brings us back to the user experience. Get the click and keep them happy once they land. Another huge shift right now is Google is becoming an answer engine. AI overviews right in the results page, featured snippets, what we call zero-click searches. That's when the user gets what they need right on the search engine page and they never click through to another website. It's just not necessary. It makes website owners nervous, and rightly so. But here's the right perspective. Even with zero-click searches happening, SEO is still crucial. In 2024, organic search still drove about 33% of website traffic. That's a solid 1/3 of traffic came from those searches. It's very significant. So yes, the landscape is changing, but being visible in search is still absolutely essential. And here's something surprising. AI and SEO, they're not necessarily enemies or doing opposite things. They're more like partners. Tools like ChatGPT and other AI searches, they don't invent content. Guess where they get it? Their content comes from Google. If your content ranks well, it's more likely to feed the AI when people are asking AI for answers. So good SEO helps you show up in more than just Google. It helps you to show up in AI results too. It's not just about being clicked anymore. It's about being referenced. Well, let's talk about ads because they're expensive, right? Engagement is kind of down. Reach is shrinking, but SEO is compounding. It's going to give you this long-term visibility without paying for every click. It's trust-based. It's intent-driven. And it keeps working after you hit publish. That's why organic search still remains strong. People trust it more. They're actively choosing it. Even though ads show up, they bypass those and they go searching. While ads are fading, SEO is still gaining value. It's better ROI in the long run. Longer-term impact. Advertising is pay per click. SEO can drive traffic over time without that ongoing cost. So let's make this real. What should you actually be doing right now? Go after featured snippets and people also ask boxes. That is prime real estate. For local businesses, local SEO, that is non-negotiable, man. Optimize for all those near me searches. Keep producing high quality, in depth content. Build backlinks just like you've always done from relevant, trusted sources. Use tools like Google Analytics and Google's Search Console. They are invaluable still. And now, think about being platform specific. TikTok, snappy videos, clear hashtags. Reddit, you can add real value to communities. YouTube, you balance long form and shorts. And remember, content on those platforms can really help your Google rankings. It all connects. And if you start connecting it, it will work. And at the center of it all, brand and trust. Show your expertise. Engage with your community. Build authority. And Google's EAT, EEAT, those guidelines. Do you remember those? Experience, expertise, authority, and trustworthiness. They matter more than ever. So no, it's not just about technical tricks. It's about being a credible, visible presence. Go deep, not wide. You don't need to be everywhere, but you need to be undeniable somewhere. Focus is better than just trying to be everywhere. Pick a niche, go very deep, be so specific and so helpful and so clear that your content becomes the answer that people can trust. Offer dynamic, personalized content. Match your message to the user's intent. Use things like schema markup to help search engines understand you. And above all, create original, useful content that will answer real questions. That's the heart of it all. It all comes back to one thing: understanding your audience, giving them value, making it easy to find you wherever they're looking. That's search everywhere optimization. If we had to summarize SEO for 2025, it's not just about Google rankings. People aren't just Googling it anymore. It's a strategy for online visibility everywhere, built on trust, built on a great experience, and on multi-platform presence. The core job of SEO is to help people find what they need online. That hasn't changed. So here's your mission. Where are your people searching? And what's one thing that you can do today to show up there? Start small, start smart, and then go find them where they already are. And if you want to go deeper in this, check out this video where I talk about the 6 most effective marketing strategies for your business. I'll see you there.